There is one island trend that I'm seeing a lot lately. I say trend, but really it's just an island vibe. This style didn't make a loud entrance, it was a quiet takeover. With each week that passed this year, I kept seeing more and more people embrace this specific island theme, so I decided to make a video about it. With my dog on my lap, by the way, so if you hear a mysterious sound, it is indeed my dog, don't worry. After years of mega terraform cities and highly detailed islands, and yes, not a single default path on site on islands, Normcore is making a comeback. Yes, the Normcore that we all started with during our humble beginnings back when we first got the game. I don't know about you, but this is literally the best thing to happen to the game in years. And as you know, we're all trying to get that 2020 nostalgia feeling back at all costs, because maybe at the time the simplicity in Animal Crossing Islands was really what comforted us at the time, and maybe we need that again. I know I do. Normcore is all about simplicity, not necessarily minimalism, but just super simple. It's about using the in-game items and default paths the way Nintendo intended us to. It's dropping the perspective builds, illusions, fake buildings, and unconventional yet beautiful builds that we have seen in the recent years. Basically swapping heavy cluttercore and tons of jail bars for good old brick paths, just going straight across the island. Maybe some bushes or two. Definitely a gold or blue rose. It is heavily based on nostalgia. And I'm talking about the era where everyone went insane over Raymond and fenced him off until you dropped your millions. Normcore doesn't really rely on having a specific theme. There aren't any 12-hour terraforming sessions, just simple playable islands. And I think the return of Normcore isn't just about the decorating, but it's more about the feeling. The feeling before we overcomplicated things and struggled to navigate around our islands, often having to call rescue services because we're stuck on our own islands. Can you relate to this? I know from talking to a lot of you guys on stream that we're all constantly reminiscing about these simpler times in 2020 and the nostalgia back then. I also have been seeing other creators, such as Lex from Lex Play and Melissa from Melissaverse, creating stunning Normcore islands recently. The truth is, many longtime fans of New Horizons, even myself, who are big on heavy decorating and terraforming, are turning to simple nostalgic islands at the moment. An example of a Normcore build that I really love is Lex's Nook's Cranny. The nostalgia is real with the in-game stone path and even using the in-game patterns for the stalls. There's something so refreshing seeing no custom designs, and even for the Abel's build, Lex put Abel's sister's clothing as decoration instead of what we usually do, which is using custom designed mannequins. Another Normcore island that is super cute is Melissaverse's island, and this is a super classic Normcore build. We have the band. I feel like in 2020 we all had one of these, didn't we? Let me know in the comments below, I definitely did. Normcore means using ginormous dinosaur fossils in front of the museum and remembering how builds like this remind you of the beginning of our Animal Crossing New Horizons journey. Both islands just bring extreme nostalgia and definitely remind me of my extreme passion and obsession with the game when I first got it. I remember I would fight tooth and nail just to find the complete T-Rex body to display. Overall, these Normcore islands just remind me of the pure escape New Horizons was, even with the simplest things. It felt to me like suddenly everyone was yearning for simpler times again and going back to the basics after years of heavy decor. Normcore, as you can see, does not have to be unaesthetic or unattractive. It's not just for playability, but it also is so adorable. It is so charming. There's a charming aspect to it. And honestly, the first time in a long time that I walked through one of these Normcore islands in the recent years, I realized I forgot what it even meant to actually slow down. I remember logging on in 2020 when everything felt fresh and New Horizons was our little cozy escape from the chaotic world. That feeling, the calm, the quiet, the simple, that's what's coming back. And I think that's why this trend is hitting so many of us right now. You can still get creative with it, and it's been a huge breath of fresh air to see so many people getting back into Normcore. So you might be asking, why did we leave Normcore behind in the first place? Well, a bit after the game first launched, everyone went big. Sunken waterfalls, huge intricate cities, crazy themes, and many items used in ways not originally intended. I'm looking at all the umbrellas right now. Custom designs were used to fill whole islands with lots of aesthetic builds and lots of really creative things. But the thing is, there's something extra charming about just using the default in-game items and paths. It was fun and the creativity was booming, but also served its time in my opinion. And I know at least for now, I'm done with even touching the terraforming tool, even thinking about it. I'm done, because sometimes it's nice to just create on top of whatever layout we already have and just do a no terraforming island. I know at least one of you also struggles along with me with terraforming for more than 30 minutes, and also we avoid a lot of lag. The lag is gone, thank God. I guess we're just tired of doing the same thing and it's time for a literal 180. And even with the 3.0 update coming and the massive resurgence of crossing usernames re-emerging on social media after years of hibernation, many of us played the same game, starting new islands and processes over and over again. That many creators and people are going back to the basics. Creating a Normcore island means less stress, more play, less rules, more life sim energy. Just imagine how fun the 3.0 Slumber Island parties will be. It will definitely give the 2020 vibes as we all scramble to each other's Slumber Islands. And sometimes the most fun island hangouts are the ones where we can actually run around the island together and not struggle to find each other because there is a huge 2-tiered double waterfall cliff. I know that from my own island experience. I personally found that after years and years of highly terraformed complex islands, I want to create a simple Normcore island without any pressure to make it look a specific way anymore. I know at least for me, I was able to fall back in love with the game by shifting to just playing simply because constantly trying to achieve an aesthetic island started to feel too overwhelming and almost repetitive. The only actual time I deviated from a curated aesthetic island was when I made my mustache core island Mustachia in like 2022. Long live Mustachia, by the way. The OGs know. If you know, you know. Otherwise, my current island is going to be like the first Normcore simple island since my very first island in 2020. There's nothing inherently wrong with highly decorated and out-of-the-box builds. In fact, as many of you know, I have made over 6 islands that were very intricate and filled to the brim with custom designs and builds. I really love it too. But to me, Animal Crossing is meant to be peaceful, a place where I go to relax at the end of a long day. And I lost that feeling somewhere along the way after following so many unspoken rules for building. After the initial cozy and relaxing experience turned into major burnout and stress from constantly doing the same thing every time. My question for you is, do you think the 3.0 update is going to sustain interest, or are we going to get burnt out again? What do you think? Let me know down below. And while you're here, if you're enjoying the video so far, I would really appreciate if you gave it a like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you know when I post next and new videos. I'm a firm believer in doing whatever makes you happy in the game and playing however you like. My philosophy is if it makes you happy, it's worth doing. And it truly seems like those of us who have been heavy decorators and complex builders are now gravitating towards the complete opposite island style. Of course, there is no one way to do Normcore, but to me, this is what I view Normcore as: pure nostalgia. Maybe it's not about the island style at all. Maybe we're all just craving a little bit of what we felt back then. Don't we just remember the absolute elation we felt when pumpkins were introduced into Animal Crossing? I know I was unavailable for like 7 business days after that. Like, I literally kid you not, I remember finding out about the fall update in 2020 and literally ran to my phone, dropped what I was doing to look at pumpkins. Yes, desperate times called for desperate measures. What I'm trying to say is this is why I believe we're seeing a huge comeback in Normcore Islands in 2025. Now I know it's not only me who's craving ease and simplicity. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one.